America! Spread your golden wings. Sail on freedom's wind across the sky. Great bird with your golden dreams flying high, flying high. Or so says the opening of the official prayer of the United States, adopted in 1826 by Congress in a near tie vote because Charles Pinckney needed to be convinced, but every American knows that. Except you don't, because that's bullshit! Those are the lyrics from Bob Moline and Randy Bright's Golden Dream for the American Adventure Animatronic Show at Epcot and Disney World. The U.S. does not have an official prayer, and no way Charles Pinckney did anything in 1826 because he was dead! But for a moment, right, that felt like something America would write and then make everybody else say. I don't really know what freedom's wind is supposed to be, but judging by your national cuisine, it's something you've had inside you since your founding. It makes sense you always got to get it out in people's faces. I say yours, because yeah, this is my favorite shitting spot, and I don't fly south because I don't collect miles because I'm not signing up for another fucking app. I got enough apps. I barely know how to claim a free popcorn, let alone air travel. But I am technically not a U.S. citizen. In fact, no birds are considered U.S. citizens, but some migratory species are considered dual citizens, like the scarlet tanager or the totally punchably named Blicknell's thrush. Because they breed in Canada and the U.S., and they spend their summers in Mexico and Central and South America, but who has that kind of money? Technically, I am a residential bird, though I spend my winters in the same spot as my summers, and that's just because the beer shot combos in Chicago are fucking legend. Cheers to you 2 times. The term really refers to where you winter because the rest of my species can't fucking take it because they can't afford righteous hoodies. But I can, and it's been a great time. But America, from summer to winter for 15 years, at the end of the year, I got notes. Now, it's true that there are some non-humans who have held office in America. The mayor of Cormorant Township, Minnesota, is a great Pyrenees named Khaleesi Sherbrooke, sworn in August 2024. A cat named Stubbs was the mayor of Talkeetna, Alaska until 2017, and he even survived an assassination attempt. And a golden retriever named Max III has been mayor of Idlewild, Pine Cove, California, succeeding his cousin Max II, who at the time was voted mayor for life of the unincorporated community that the census defined as a census-designated place, which means some census enumerator had to make a phone call like, yeah, I mean, there's people here, but they got a dog for a mayor. Yeah, he was voted in. We're just going to call it and move on. Is that cool? Okay, bye. But none of those are considered citizens and are afforded the rights. But hey, it's America. You got 5 inhabited territories where no one can vote in presidential elections and got non-voting reps in Congress, even though they're citizens in American Samoa, Guam, the Northern Mariana Islands, Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and the Kingman Reef. Just kidding! American Samoans are not recognized U.S. citizens, and Kingman Reef is an uninhabited U.S. territory, of which you have 9 of, by the way. Baker Island, Howland Island, Jarvis Island, Johnston Atoll, Kingsman Reef, Midway Atoll, Navassa Island, Palmyra Atoll, and the Wake Island. And am I fucking with you? Are those right? We'll never know until you look it up for yourself. Google is free for now. And that is kind of my point here, America. How well do you know you? Because I'm clocking you. It's not that I got an issue with you. We've been hot and heavy for like 15 years now. Will we, won't we? It's a dangerous, feral kind of love with a ton of rebellious shit. Like stealing beer from convenience stores and shooting old cars in a dump because it's fun. It's hot. I'm in. But like Star Wars, Keurig, and the band Fish. It's not the thing itself, it's the fans. And besides hot, saucy meats, beer cold enough to make a snowman horny, wearing guns in a Walmart, and anti-woke, no-neck broadcast, your fans love telling stories, spinning yarns, and whipping batteries. That last one is not a metaphor. I'm just making sure you're paying attention. So as we careen into 2025 like a flaming station wagon speeding to some destination that your great-grandpa locked into Google Maps, not looking at the road or the fact that there's a semi heading towards us because you're in the wrong fucking lane, let's get some shit straight. First off, your flag. The flag! Old Glory! Do you know why it's red, white, and blue? No, you don't! Stop lying! The Second Continental Congress adopted a flag design in 1777, originally meant for naval use. Secretary Charles Thompson stated that it shall be, quote, white for purity and innocence, red for hardness and valor, and blue is the color of the chief. And the placement of the long band signifies vigilance, perseverance, and justice, and the stars were chosen to represent a new constellation in the sky. It's widely known that Betsy Fastfinger Ross sewed the first flag based on a design by Big Daddy Washington in 1776, but there is no evidence to support that, other than a claim by her grandson, Ross Canby. In reality, which is where you live, Francis Hopkins, a signer of the Declaration of Independence, designed the flag in 1777 when he was a naval chairman, and he only asked for a quarter cask of public wine as payment, but he never got it. Yankee Doodle Dandy is a British song ripping on Americans. Pocahontas was a nickname. Her birth name was Amanatue, and her family called her Matoaka. The Pilgrims cherry-picked Plymouth Rock because there was already an abandoned town there. The lost colony of Roanoke wasn't lost. They ran away to be hot islanders on Croatoan. And if you ever want to have your mind blown, read up on Squano. He's basically Mad Max, Maximus from Gladiator, rolled into one misunderstood badass. Also, the Tooth Fairy is your mom. Sorry to be the one to tell you this. But perhaps the biggest what the fuck from the fandom of America, and one of most personal bias to me, is the bald fucking eagle. Majestic, powerful, 5 to 7 foot wingspan, fucking brag. This guy has the Ameri-fandom in his tight-ass talons harder than white Jesus. It's a symbol of freedom. Which, I mean, what bird isn't? Only one I know of that technically paying rent around here is me, but that's just because I got central heat and the water is included in the amenities. Plus, I got a switch and I'm not leaving that outside. So because of that, it's become a symbol of America. So much so that you can't see one without hearing that freedom scream and a French horn somewhere moaning patriotically. Fucking makes it nice. We got some eagles in the audience. You know what I'm talking about. Fucking makes me want to pick up a musket and charge. I get it. But it's a lie. First off, bald eagles don't make that sound. They got more of a wibbly, high-pitched whistle. Sounds like an old chew toy desperately calling to be put out of its misery. The sound that you associate with bald eagles makes you want to fistfight communism and chug gasoline is actually the sound of the red-tailed hawk, which is a faster, more agile, and svelte bird, basically the Jason Statham of birds of prey. And it's nowhere on the American coin, but it is in Canada. I'm just saying, they're native to North America, too. And unlike Jason Statham, bald eagles are not bald. They have a full head of feathers. The name comes from the term piebald, which designates an animal with irregular colors, typically black and white. So you could say that the Oreo Blizzard at DQ is piebald. But you would be wasting valuable time. Don't name it, eat it. But you know that eagle from your quarters, $50. Fucking flags on the back of trucks cutting you off in traffic, and that is because they are the official bird of the United States. The Great Seal of the U.S. What is it? After the Declaration of Independence was signed, the Continental Congress gave B. Franklin, T. Jefferson, and J. Adams the job of designing an official seal for the U.S., but they could not decide on shit because have you met old dudes in a planning sesh? It wasn't just them. Congress went through 2 more committees until 1782 when the work of all 3 committees was handed over to Charles Thomson, the Secretary of Congress. Thomson chose what he thought was the best elements of these various designs and made the eagle, which had been introduced by the artistically inclined Pennsylvania lawyer William Barton in a design submitted by the 3rd committee, more prominent. And yeah, that's because bald eagles can get it. But as Ben Franklin observed in a letter he wrote to his daughter, quote, "Bald eagle is a bird of bad moral character. He does not get his living honestly. He is too lazy to fish for himself." Going on to praise the turkey for being, quote, "a much more respectable bird." But the damage was done. The bald eagle was on the seal and thus the official bird of the U.S., or so you keep thinking and printing on Dayglow t-shirts at truck stops. Turns out, you all have more official fucking house cats and goats than birds in official positions. The bald eagle was never officially recognized by a president or Congress as the official bird of the U.S. until December 24th, 2024. When thanks to a huge lobbying campaign, thanks to Preston Cook from Illinois, here's to home brewing, who drafted a very simple bill linking the bald eagle to national identity, indigenous spirituality, and the country's history, secured endorsements from zoos, wildlife organizations, Alaskan Native villages, and the Veterans Group, including the Midwest Alliance of Sovereign Tribes, who praised the initiative as a gesture of respect for the oldest and bravest animal, acknowledging our ancestors, our brothers, our sisters, our life. And then, December 24th, 2024, President Biden signed into law a bill that officially made the bald eagle the national bird of the U.S. And while that's huge to anyone of the avian persuasion, for you Amerifans out there, that means you've been lying! Lies! Falsies! Deceptions! America, look within yourself! and truly know yourselves as we all grip the wheel and try to steer this rickety-ass ship on freedom's wind, for no one knows what the hell next year's going to look like, but be assured if you have a bald eagle tattoo, it finally means what you think it does. At least you got that going for you. But I guess a brand designed by committee 3 times before being acceptable and not actually recognized by Congress for 242 years doesn't get more American than that. But yeah, I'm biased. That's just because I've been here a while. We got issues, America. Big time scary ones, but damn it, America, it's you and me. And it's nice to finally be part of the conversation. So sail on, great bird, on your golden dreams. Fly high, because you're official. Happy New Year. I'll see you next year.
Nailed it.